Hey folks, welcome back to the Cotswold Collectibles YouTube channel. I'm Greg Brown, owner of Cotswold Collectibles. This week we're going to be continuing the series on World Peacekeepers / Power Team Elite from M&C Toy Center. In particular, this week we're going to be talking about the police figure line and SWAT. So I will let our special guest Chuck talk about this series.
Thank you for letting me on the show, Greg.
Thanks, Chuck.
Like the military line, they started off more knockoff-ish in the late 90s and slowly moved to kind of their own identity. There is influences of American police in here, but there's also influences of Hong Kong police in here too, because that's where the company M&C Toys is from. So, but we can start. I actually don't have the first SWAT figure that I know of that they've made. He is actually wearing gray, and he's got the skinny body. He's got really 80s looking hair. I don't have him. But the earliest one I have is, they called him Power SWAT. Power SWAT. He was like probably like an $8 figure. And that was the Hong Kong interpretation of what a SWAT guy looked like, at least in the United States.
Right. Yeah, he definitely has that. Definitely has that Hall of Fame kind of remnant with the big knife and sheath, like we talked about, and the holster with the pistol. And of course, he's got his pistol in his hand. But it was kind of unique because it has that revolver look to it.
Yeah, I think he came with all that stuff. That's actually one of the figures I didn't modify very much.
Really?
Yeah, that's about what he came with.
Yeah, you can definitely see the earlier influences, Classic Collection and Hall of Fame on that guy.
Yeah, and then coming up after that is the SWAT figures that they continuously remake. I mean, they've remade these same kind of characters for about 15 years. They've got like a point man, a breach guy, a sniper. They'll come with like a hammer, some sort of submachine gun, all kinds of different versions of those figures that all generally come with about the same kind of stuff. As you can see, they changed the visor color a few times.
Yellow, clear.
Sometimes they come with like a black mask, like the guy at the very end there. They made them in muscle bodies. They made them with cloth vests. They made them with vinyl vests. They made them with gloved hands. They made them with cloth gloved hands. It was just really just whatever they were making that year. And I've seen them put these SWAT vests on military figures too. So
yeah, what's really interesting about these, because we carried a few of them, was they had different versions of this rubbery type of material type vest. And they had a real, when you're talking about Hong Kong, had a real Hong Kong special duties unit vibe to them. So I wouldn't be surprised if these weren't also sold in China, stuff like that. Yeah. And these would be labeled as STU because, I mean, Dragon models, they had a bunch of STU sets and such like that. But yeah, I've seen this type of body armor used before. This one I actually saw recently. I think they used it on the PNC Sniper.
Probably.
Because it was a cloth vest.
Sniper mercenary.
Sniper mercenary from Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
And then this one, I think we were talking about this one, he was actually an Asian head sculpt. Same rifle, which is actually a British sniper rifle, not really a US one. And then he had the tan one. And does he say, he says police on the front. Police. So yeah, there's been, I don't know how many iterations of that.
Countless versions of these. And I've seen versions of these. There's like one with a Russian packaging where the sniper in that particular series was actually the female.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was written in Russian and they said sniper and it was actually the female one. So they actually had a series where one of the figures was just a female. So, but we'll talk about females in a later video. This one is like a modern policeman with the short sleeves. They've got this Power Team logo of the police. That's not on every policeman. I just whatever the season was for them, I guess. But I've never seen this one in packaging. I had to order this one loose. I didn't pay a lot for them. But
did you get them on like eBay or something?
I just found them on eBay. It's like 12-inch policeman, $15 free shipping.
Huh.
So
that sculpt's pretty nice though.
Yeah, but This one wasn't very widespread release. So,
right. It's pretty basic.
It's pretty bad, but I like because it's like it looks like a modern policeman.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are my favorite ones, the dual tone ones. They made some variations on these. They made these for many years. They made these starting with the muscle body ones. They have female versions of these. They changed them just a little bit to fit the skinnier bodies, but they all generally about the same. Some of the belts are made out of pleather. Some of them are made out of like a velvet material. These are my favorite ones. These actually aren't as easy to get as the SWAT ones. The SWAT ones are made almost every year. These kind of periodically show up. Sometimes they showed up at grocery stores. Sometimes you could get them at Big Lots. There really wasn't any rhyme or reason to how they released these. A lot of them did come with the German Shepherd dogs. There's two variations of it. One is more of a reddish brown. We talked about this one. This is, I don't think this head originally came on them, but this reminds me of the Jesse Martin actor from The Flash. This head, Greg, who do you think that looks like?
Well, when I'm looking at it, it reminds me of what's his name from The Recruit. To me, I don't know what it reminds you of. I've seen The Recruit, but it's he played the policeman, obviously the police recruit. Who do you think it is?
I think that is, if you look at his Adam's apple, it's a little more defined. I think they based that one on Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
because The Recruit, by the time this guy came out, The Recruit probably wasn't even on TV. Yeah. So, that's definitely Tom Cruise's Adam.
I think that's the Tom Cruise head. The only problem with this is, he's in scale with the other ones, but he should probably be about a 10-inch scale figure. So
be about like this.
Yeah. But I actually like that head a lot.
Send all complaints to Chuck Chiriaco at.
I'd love a phone call from Tom Cruise. This was a motorcycle policeman. I don't have the motorcycle. This is the only way you can get the short sleeve version, and the white gloves was with the motorcycle policeman version. And this is, I don't know. This looks like an actor who might be very famous in the Far East. I don't know. Does he look like anybody?
Man, I'm thinking Chow Yun Fat, but I don't know.
I was gonna say Chow Yun Fat too,
but he almost has like Native American look.
Yeah, it's a really cool head. It's not a head that you can find easily in the United
States.
That's
a very unique head. I mean, this one and this one are in this one as well. Pretty unique as compared to some of those other ones that are real generic. Yeah. So, but I just put this is actually a very common hat, which reminds me more of a Hong Kong policeman hat. Well, I think the Hong Kong police, that's what the uniform color is the navy blue and the light blue.
Probably.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So, but I like these. These are my favorite of the police series here. This was a very...
that one's cool.
Yeah, it's a very special figure. This was licensed out to M&C Toys from the Chicago Fraternal Order of Police. You could actually wait, probably not too long ago, within the last 5 years, you could have bought this figure and the 3 different races there off their website straight from Chicago for about $30 each.
Really? How did you find out about this one?
I saw somebody had it, and then I asked him, and he said go to the Chicago website, and then I ordered all 3. But they're very, very detailed. They have a much more detailed hat, detailed pistol. Their baton is much more detailed than the standard power.
Yeah, the standard one is a real kind of blocky.
Yeah, it's kind of blocky. That one's a lot more detailed, and they have a better carrier for it. But these were really cool. A lot of cool accessories. They came with
the gear is like
the gear
cloth.
The gear is top notch. It comes with socks. It comes with shoes instead of boots.
Yeah, patrol shoes.
The hat is a lot more accurate to what American police wear versus what this one wears. Very cool figure.
The vest is what really sets it apart because, I mean, you see a lot more police officers these days wearing this type of vest. It actually has the pockets in the front, so it blends in with
the uniform. And I mean, the figure looks cool without the vest too. I mean, it's a very, very good $30 police figure.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
The shoes really make it because those are just like those walking shoes for walking the beat.
Yeah. It's it's a really nice figure. That's why I had to buy all three. So,
I hear you.
And then these are the band. What are
they called?
them?
Enemy Commandos?
Enemy Commando figures.
Yes.
That came out around the mid 2000s, like 2005-ish. And they were actually Dollar General. You can find it on the box. Dolgan Corp. They were Dollar General exclusives that were available only for $5 each. And these made it to the news and were actually ordered to be destroyed by every Dollar General that carried them. So I had a friend in Atlanta who told me he saw these on the news, went to Dollar General, and by the time he got there, the employees had already crushed these figures in the box crusher in the back. These used to be worth a lot of money. There was 6 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was a thief, a bank robber, a prison breaker, gangster, the bomber, and the highbinder.
Yeah, the bank robber is the only one I've seen lately, and they just call him Enemy Commando.
Yeah. They remade the bank robber, and they made the bomber head, but they changed his name. These, again, disclaimer, these all are Power Team equipment. Everything on them is Power Team equipment, but they might have all been slightly tweaked with extra equipment.
Right.
But everything on this table is Power Team. But this is the bomber. This really was a bomb pack made by M&C Toys. They really made a prisoner with a chainsaw. I added the money bag. The money bag I think came with the bank robber.
Okay.
But I have also, these used to be worth a lot of money. The controversies, everyone's forgotten about it now, so you can get these for pretty cheap.
Well, it kind of goes back to the old days of 21st Century Toys back in the 90s when they had that one bad guy, I forget what his name was.
The armed terrorist?
Yeah. He originally came with a black trench coat, and then we all know what happened. And so then they gave him an M40, it was like an M43, M44 fatigue jacket. Yeah. And then, of course, but they didn't, I hate to say it, they didn't really help it because then they had the Mad Bomber.
Yeah, the Mad Bomber.
The Mad Bomber. Yeah. He was in an orange prison outfit and he had the clown mask and he was kind of like, I guess, a play off of Joker or whatever. Yeah. But I was like, dude.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to bring the 2 criminals that I didn't think they would ever remake. So,
yeah.
And these came in window boxes, but overseas they had them in blister cards. They had them in all kinds of different packages.
I never saw those. I've seen pictures of them after the fact, but like I said, we've only had that one Enemy Commando. And he's really generic.
He's really generic. But I mean, I'm glad they made a bad guy again for the police to get.
Chainsaw. I like what he's a breakout guy.
Yeah, he really came with a chainsaw. It's cool. And and of course the newer ones, they come with like the broken bottles. Yeah. And some of them come with like dynamite sticks and a baseball bat.
That's what the other guy, he comes with like 2 things of dynamite and then a cell phone and
but these guys make these guys a lot more fun to play with.
Well, they're definitely colorful.
Yeah. And they had very colorful faces too.
Especially Chad there with his paisley shorts.
Yeah, he
kind of looks like Brad Pitt from
he does. He does like Fight Club kind of.
He looks like Fight
Club Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's Fight Club Brad Pitt Chad. Love the shorts.
Yeah.
Don't look at my shorts.
Yeah. And he did. That's the way he came dressed. So
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah. And then one of the more. This is actually a more recent figure. It's the Power Team Horse Police.
This one's cool.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Pretty unique uniform there. Came with the blanket, came with this horse, came with this helmet. This is another one of my favorite generic Power Team heads. To me, it reminds me of Flash Gordon. But
that's a nice scope, though.
Yeah, it is a nice scope.
How's the helmet fit on it? Pretty good?
It needs some sponges. So.
Oh, come on. He looks fine. It's pretty good. Yeah, put a little foam on it. And he's got the So he's got the megaphone and everything. That's pretty cool.
It is cool. And that was like, I mean, I think I probably paid like $30 for that.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
Now, I noticed, if I remember correctly, if you go to the website now, they really have scaled back a lot of the police stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it is more SWAT related.
Like the police stuff is very comes and goes.
It comes and goes.
which probably is probably a reason why I like it more too, because it's not as easily available. But I got this off of Amazon Click and Play for like, again, it was like 35.
That's pretty cool.
Free
That's
shipping,
pretty cool.
so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it is neat. It's like I said, it's really interesting. Like we were talking about how they, a lot of these probably were marketed over there for Hong Kong release and STU and stuff like that. Because when Dragon came out, STU was like the cat's meow. Mm-hmm. It was like a British SAS and Hong Kong STU, and it was like they were cranking out that left and right. So that's why I remember the body armor, because they had a really unique body armor with the shotgun shells and everything. So.
Yeah.
Well, cool beans, man. This is pretty cool. I've seen some of these up close. Not really the police officers. This thing rocks.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting story about that.
The enemy commandos. I mean, like I said, they're pretty easy to get now. But I want them. So.
It is crazy. That's just funny. And they did 6 of them. I didn't even know.
Yeah, they did 6 of them.
I just remember Chainsaw and Biff.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this concludes this video for this part of the series. Why don't you turn in next week? We're going to continue the discussion on Power Team Elite and World Peacekeepers. And next week, we're going to talk about female figures.
We'll talk about the elusive Power Team female figures.
And you guys really want to tune into this one because, one, I didn't even know that they made a Power Team Elite female figure. And 2, I didn't realize that they made so many of them because if you look today, I don't think you'll find them all online or anything.
It's very hard to find on listings. If you do some deep searches on Google, you can find them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, just tune in next week, and we'll continue the discussion on Power Team Elite. Thanks.